Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be putting this handle, this teak wood handle, on this knife, on this blade. And I thought I'd do a little tutorial here on how I do it. I've got this blade here. I'm going to tape off the blade because I have it up to a mirror finish and I don't want to mess that up. So I'm going to tape this off. First thing, I'm going to tape it off starting at the blade, and then we'll get our handle worked up. I'm also going to be putting in 2 1/8" brass pins, and I'll cut it out of this piece of stock here, and let's get started. So first things first, I'm going to wrap up this blade. I also like to use the edge of the tape as kind of a guide of where the handles are going to end. So right about there is right, and I'll put it in the middle so I can wrap it over and make sure it's exactly even. Right there. That'll work. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't look pretty, but I don't care. It'll be good enough. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to line it up to the edge of this wood here. So line it up right to the edge with the tape, where the tape ends. And I'm just going to scribe around the edges with a marker. And this is just for reference because I'm not gonna cut out right on the edge there. And what I like to do, so I don't get the two pieces mixed up, I'm gonna write 1 on here and then 1 on the edge that it was traced around, like that. And then the other one should fit right here. I'm also going to mark my pinholes on this one. I forgot to do the other one, but we'll go back and do that. So I'm going to write 2 on this one, 2 right here, and I'll wait to do the pinholes on that one so I can make sure they're exactly lined up. So next I'll take it over to the bandsaw and we'll cut those out. So there we go, 1 and 2, and this tea cuts really easily. My bandsaw blade is really dull. I gotta change it out, but it cuts easily, so there's no problem with that. So I cleaned out these holes a little more. There we go. Now they fit through nice and easily. So I'll stick these here on the number 2 end. There we go. That fits in there nice. I'm just gonna mark these holes right here. Alright, take it back over to the drill press. Okay, I got one hole drilled in. And what I like to do now is I like to put it all together when I get the second hole drilled. So put this pin through through here. That way the second hole will be lined up perfectly. And here it is. So now that I did that, they all line up perfectly. Nice and easy to put together. There we go. So sometimes I'll shape it around before, get the handles done, and so I can just epoxy it on, and it'll basically be done without doing too much sanding afterwards. But other times I just leave it like this and sand it like this. Well, I'm going to get the edges rounded down here before epoxying it on, so I don't mess up the blade. But this time I'm just going to leave it rough like this and sand it all to shape afterwards. So now I'm going to take these and put them together so they're lined up. There we go. And now I'm going to take this over to the grinder, or to the belt sander, and finish these edges here. That way I don't mess up the blade when I'm doing it after epoxying it. Okay, so I have it over here, the belt sander, and I'm just going to clean these up. Put a little angle on it. I think I have a 65 grit aluminum oxide belt on here. It's really old, so it's not that much grit left on it, but it'll work for the job, especially since teak is so soft. So first I'm going to make it flat so they're both lined up exactly. Clean up that, get rid of the roughness, and then we'll put an angle in. There we go. Looks nice and smooth. It's only finished to 120, but we can do more with hand sanding. There we go. I got it kind of scratched up there. So now we're ready to get these on here. First step, acetone edge part. You don't want to get that. You don't want to glue up dirty parts. So some acetone on here. Get the pins and the blade. And they wiped off my 1 and 2, but I remember this one's 1. Just because I saw it before it wiped away, this one's 2. So that could be a little problem. Just remember. So this one's 1. So you know what? That's not 1. This one's 1. I'm the one that's forgetting. So just test fit it on here. Make sure it's right. Yep. That's looking good. So I'll get my epoxy I've been using this West System G-Flex epoxy resin. I'll leave a link to it in the description, as well as any of the other tools I'm using. What I like to do to lay out my epoxy, to mix it, I get a couple pieces of painter's tape, blue tape, put them next to each other like that, and that works just fine. And I can just peel that off when I'm done, and it'll be good. I also get like a craft stick I use to stir it, and a few C-clamps. And that's all I'm gonna need. So we'll just mix this up back and forth for a little bit. Make sure every part of it is mixed really well. This epoxy is 24-hour cure time, but I like to let it sit for 2 days to really harden up. I think it does the best job that way. At least 1.5 or another night or whatever. So now we got it all mixed up there. Well, again, putting it on here. What I like to do is start with both pins in here in one side of the scale. I'll put some epoxy on the end of the pins. Stick it in here. Same with the first one. That'll give that a good bond. And now we'll put this thing together. There we go. This is the benefit of fitting it all together before we start doing this, because it's nice and easy. Alright. Get my clamps here. I won't make it too tight, because that'll let all the epoxy drip out. Just give it a good firm tightness. One in the middle. And this last one at the end. And there we go. That's how I epoxy on a set of handles. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed how I put the handle material on this. Stay tuned, because I'm going to have another video coming up on how I shape the handle. So subscribe to the channel and like this video, and turn on your notification bell so you can get notifications when I post the next video, part 2 on how to shape the handle for this one. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.